strong against Death Prophet in the early game. I actually do like the Death Prophet a lot here. The Silence is also particularly good against Necrophos. And Reaper Scythe, the Death Prophet is kind of hard because she can heal back up even when she's out. Either her Spirits or her Spirit Siphon. She can always Yule Scepter to prevent your Reaper.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Mirana.
And HappyFeet will pick up at Mirana as the last pick. Okay, Mirana carry. Not the biggest fan of this, to be perfectly honest, but she has been buffed recently. Highest agility gain in the game, so that's a factor to be considered. And she's not particularly weak against anything Ultimate Esports is running. That is, again, I don't like that pick at all, actually. You side the Ember, I think that was just more like, I see Ember, I pick OT because it works. But Death Prophet and DK worked much more with your strategy here of kind of split pushing. Now you have a weird, I kind of want to get to late game, but you don't have much of that, high ground defense. If things don't go well for you, your lanes are okay, but you don't have much ganky potential either. I suppose OT does combine well with Earthshaker to set up the fissure stun, and you could stop Ember very much in the early game, but there's definitely that Jesse Vash will join Yaj here in that mid lane. HappyFeet with the Verona also gets a lot more killing potential. I think Mirana and I think the HappyFeet lineup actually ends up being a bit better with that OD pickup, because now you have a lot of pushing kind of tactics and whatnot, but not much team fight. We'll see. We'll see. Lag this thing. Lag. Okay. Oh, seems like they're gonna go. I mean, the favorites coming game by a lot is happening. The favorites coming into the tournament themselves, right? So yeah, there's some of the favorites coming to this tournament themselves, so favored by a lot of people, and of course you're up against one of the newer teams that nobody really knows of. The only the only known player here is Logan. But besides him, kind of newish, so the guys of Team Ultimate might not be the ideal candidates here in terms of the favorites. HappyFeet are definitely the ones that are probably going to take this game just because of execution, but maybe Team Ultimate surprises us because we genuinely don't know anything about them as a team. Now, that said, guys, let's look at who they are, because I usually don't present the teams, but in this case I think it's important. We have HTZ here on the OD as the mid laner. Slark is going to be playing the Underlord in the off lane. That's going to be great. Minion Dien, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Minion Dien, correct me if I'm wrong, as the Chikira support. Yato from the Urge on the Earthshaker support. And like readily available. Okay, but they're Vietnamese. Okay, that's interesting. First Vietnamese team that we have in this. No, we used to have another one that was 4, 5, 7 production, but they were not too good in the tournament. And now we have Team Ultimate. Okay, Ultimate Esports rather. Let's see how they do. Representing Vietnam. That country used to have some pretty good Dota players back when the gods were up, but it lost a lot of its former glory. I don't know if Dota's played a lot there, to be honest. I have no clue. But it is a country that doesn't have the greatest anymore. Oh, you did get the first blood though. the greatest Dota player in the game. That was Earthshaker Fissure with an Echo Force that wasn't paying attention. Yep, that thing he was doing is just like me, not paying too much attention. As in the top lane, Yash is being harassed heavily. Interesting, they don't want to run the... Interesting, they want to run the Ember in the mid lane against the OG. I suppose it's just too clear a win, and the Mirana can still do well against him because she has a pretty high range. I can see the point of that. I do still think that... I mean... Yeah, I guess if you don't want to get hit too much, but it's not like the Ember does too well against the Underlord, so they're really prioritizing Mirana's farm here, I think. Or maybe just putting a bit of pressure against Underlord. The lanes do seem pretty well on for Team Ultimate. Joel's now fighting alone against Slark, and look how much damage he deals. That's against a guy that has 4 armor. Imagine a guy who has 0. It's just too easy to cancel it. However, the Flame Guard, they have no way to stop it. He doesn't get the Bounty Rune. They have no way to take away the Flame Guard once he initiates onto Yaj. You know, here in the bottom lane, Logan, harassed, being chased out, Rappy, following him through, double Ray. Can they find him? And Logan's gonna be perfectly fine. Yeah, but Joel's trying to find this courier that the Bulldog is just completely destroying him. Anyway, here in this top lane, Yash actually his Flamemonger can be cancelled by the dual breath and that liquid fire. Now we see Jules coming in, or just walking in to help ban her. They don't know Yato is behind though. All he has is an enchant totem, so I don't know what he expects to do here. Oh, snipe the courier, of course. Right. Does he see this? Yeah, he should see the courier. He decided to walk away a bit too early and could not even attempt to snipe that courier. This mid lane. Are we gonna see the attack finally at Wake PZ? No. What happened to the bottom lane? They just low. This bottom lane is having way too much action, more than I expected there with this Lich. Oh, there it is. Okay, R4 finally attacking him again. The Spark Wraith will hit Jesse Vash, slow for a while. The Flux also slowing him considerably, and Rappy joins in. He has the magic stick for one last death pulse. I don't think it's going to be effective. Jesse Vash cannot be followed through as the Spark Wraith does not find him, so they don't have enough damage in the top lane. Meanwhile, Jakiro does go down to the Flame Guard. Away. Happy. What country's Team Ultimate? Even though you didn't even ask. Yeah, so it's good enough. Good enough. As I mentioned.
Gold for my chest.
I'm assuming that's just because of the delay. Anyway, Yaj. Okay, that's only one hit. The Firestorm. In fact, with Joel's help, they maybe kill Slark. Seems a bit hard. Still has the 400 HP up. Torrent only deals 120 damage. No, less, 75 damage because they nerfed that. So, yeah, the chances you can kill him right now are pretty low. The Flame Guard can activate it, but then there's double boost. Xbox is Papa's Torrent. Can add a bit of damage. Good pit of Malice though to zone out the enemy team. And with that, Yaj just said to stick with the last hits and not bother anymore. As in the bottom lane, a little bit of action as well as Yato harassed slightly. No Reaper to finish him off, and they're actually putting Rappy in a difficult position. The Sparklet might be able to find him. There's a Flux as well. Use Ghost Rider to heal back up entirely, and they want to follow Yato through. Another Spark Wraith setting up. Rappy is going to go down to it as Logan gets that kill. Decent play for Arcor, and I very much like his Spark Wraith positioning. I am an Arcor spam. I am a filthy Arcor spammer when I want to win again. So, even though the hero is pretty crap, frankly, he can't do so much if he's playing well. It's still, even the best Arcors in the world still cannot play him to the degree that you're going to win the game with him, except for Chap. That's the next level of Arcor, so it's still going to be a hard game for them. Mindian, careful, being followed through with the aura, and his Arcor is just TPing away, not even going to bother with him. As TPs to the shrine, I think it's the right choice because the Jakiro is going to die anyway. You might as well, you know. He could have done some Spark Wraith thing before he left, to be honest. Try to take advantage of the shrine best you can, but he decided not to. I suppose it also is that the shrine does not heal your mana fully, as ever since they nerfed the amount of mana shrine can give. Now, yeah, you really don't want to fight this too far. Huh? You don't also know if the OD went for the 1 level in Science Eclipse. Some do, some don't, because you can't tell how much aura levels he has. Makes it difficult to actually attack him. Well, next mark the spot. You should be able to... you can ask for imprison yourself to prevent the torrent. Anyway, so run down with the arrow as well, and there's the Astral Imprisonment. They could have followed through it. Now, I don't think the Kunkka even expected him to to be hit by the torrent, because you can Astro Imprison yourself. You'll still move back, but the Astro Imprisoning will prevent the torrent from hitting you, right? And you can easily do that. It doesn't take any skill. And then if they hit you with the arrow, is also not that big a deal because, well, they will hit you anyway if they hit you with the torrent, right? They can set up anyway. So that was an odd choice by the OG. Now Spark Ray, ooh, that will hit. He's just barely in range. Rappy, slow to oblivion. The Ghost Shot barely heals him. And now the second Spark Ray being set up, finds Jesse Vash. A bunch of little Spark Ray traps that also give vision. Rappy finds the Underground Railroad and will go through a different passage. So now Slark here. Well, not Slark, really the Abyssal Underlord. It's going to be fighting versus 2, and it's actually succeeding at doing so. They have Remnants, but no time to use them as the Fissure will crush down the Ember Spirit. Surprise, surprise. There's the Underlord himself. Also putting a bit of pressure with that Firestorm. Oh, they find Logan. Logan with the Spark Ray. The Ice Bath. Also onto Rappy. Confident. They know they can destroy Rappy. But they weren't confident enough, apparently, because they couldn't. That's the biggest thing. Now Yash comes in, finds Slark, the Fissure. Ooh, Yash is stuck on the wrong side. Well, on the right side for him, as he does 3 Remnants and quickly destroys Slark. Meanwhile, the Torrent finds the Earthshaker. Yato stuck in a bad position and no more Pit of Malice to help him out. The Ember tries to get back his mana as Jules himself just wants the Torrent. Maybe even next marks the spot. They have a way to stop him. The ultimate chase as we see Jakiro dying in the bottom lane. A fantastic visual where actually sticks them in. Yato using that tree to his advantage, and they are just obsessing over that bounty but not actually finding that kill. Yato might be able to make it out alive. Use the scan for safety. Wait, who used that scan? Oh no, it was HappyFeet. Why not trigger when Yato walked in it? Okay, whatever. The X marks the spot though is now available, so is the Torrent. They know where Yato is going, which is to the wrong base. They're gonna just chase him down. The Tranquils make this Kunk a bit faster. Finally, the X marks the spot with the Torrent. The arrow will hit, and now the Earthshaker stunned for too long. Ben-Hur will ensure that that becomes a kill.
Bounty!
Oh, there's a bunch of great Arc Warden players. I'm not saying that there aren't. It's just that even if you have the best Arc Warden players, you can tell how weak that hero is because they don't win 100% of the time. He's a hero that has such a high skill level that you would expect him to just be amazing, you know, if you play him well, like you do with Meeple, for example. As long as Meeple is not countered, mind you. Or other heroes of the sword. Like, the best Invoker could turn a bad game around, but Arc Warden really does not have that anymore. They've nerfed him and nerfed him and nerfed him. Anyway, that's a great Astral Prism in the mid lane. Probably kills the Mirana. Ben-Hur, no! Leaps the wrong way. Actually, I think he faked the leap maybe there or something, because that Astral Prism came a bit too early. I love watching good Arc Warden players. I think it's a hero that takes a ridiculous amount of understanding rather than just skill. Logan, there's the stun. Oh, Chain Frost bounces between units, finds Logan twice. Lucky Chain Frost. He even finds the Jakiro twice with a Reaper Scythe to finish him off. They get double kill with a Chain Frost that had a heat-seeking missile attached to it to ensure that it can find all of the kills and all the heroes in Ultimate Esports. Ultimate Esports. But yeah, I'm not saying that Arc Warden is particularly a bad hero, or sorry, it's particularly a boring hero to play, because what I'm interested in, what I like about the hero is that he's one of the few, together with Invoker, that I feel like, yeah, there's a degree of skill, but frankly, pressing the buttons and microing the two heroes is not that hard. It's not like Meeple, but the depth, the strategic depth an Arc Warden can give you because of itemization choices, how to place the Spark Rays, how his spells are actually pretty hard to use himself, etc., etc. All that strategy involved is very much something that I like about the hero. Because honestly, clicking buttons really fast, it's just practice. Whereas being able to, you know, understand a hero, for example, that's quite complex, that's skill. Or that's talent. Right. You see now swap to net worth, and that the Mirana is actually leading by quite a lot. Just surprising nobody. Actually being the OD here in the mid lane. That's why I don't like that OD pick very much. If you had just an Arc Warden, that would have been fine. You know, had some sort of pusher in the mid lane. You didn't require that much help from your supports because you didn't have the greatest supports for winning your lanes. Only Jakiro really was good. Earthshaker's a pretty weak laner, and Arc Warden is not particularly the best hero to be left alone unless you're playing in mid. But even so, it's kind of questionable because he's so easy to gank with his low armor. And Spark Rates are the only thing he has to defend himself, which takes quite a while to be used. Once he gets at level 6, he can probably fight against anyone alone, but as a carry, you really don't want to leave him alone in the lane. So, overall, what I'm saying is that Team Ultimate had this great strategy that kind of got ruined by an OD that relied on winning his lane, because OD does that, and did not. So the OD, hopefully that Midas can help him recover, but it's already going to be considerably late for what an OD would like to use, even with double no talisman. I mean, he didn't even go for boots, right? It's already level 12, or mid 12, and he hasn't grabbed it. And he's not like Invoker who punishes pretty quickly. He actually does just rely on that Midas. Now, Yaj at least can't walk back that easily. Oh, yeah, he can. He can just spare it back. I thought... And yeah, I agree. There's some things about Arc Warden that seem a bit unfair, and especially without coordination, I think it's really hard to play. But when you have a team that coordinates, I think he's a hero that's very much designed for competitive play. He seems very unfair to play against him in a hub environment, but in a competitive play, like, that hero is different, you know? Because you can coordinate to stop his clone pretty easily, and the bubble's not being really effective, and even if you're pushing against him, all you have to do is push a bit and destroy his clone.
Dire are scanning.
It's like Meatball, right? You play against them. People always think, oh, it's just Arc Warden's broken. No, you have to play against them. You pick the right heroes, you know. If you pick the wrong heroes against people, he's going to win no matter what, too, right? Nobody complains about that. So it's more of knowing what to do. You can always pick MKP as well to counter him, which is something that people always forget, but it stops the whole 100% evasion. I just love little nuances that Arc Warden has. Now, the mid lane, oh, they're gonna find more OD. Oh, that is a good ass Storm Prism. It bores the Torrent, already used it, wasted it actually. So HTZ now fighting versus 2 and revitalized. The Morana with haste doesn't want to commit too much to this, as that could purge off the haste. A little Spark Wraith actually comes for a small purge. So. Good. Yato, careful. Torrent will find the arrow. Not a go. Okay, that was a terrible X1 spot combo. The arrow all misses, everything misses. The Echo Flash committed. Reaper Sight just to stop Yato's initiation. And now Ben-Hur manages to survive just barely. The Chain Frost bounces between everyone. Fantastic. The Searing Chains ensure the Jakiro kill. And the Torrent will stop the Arc Warden's clone, giving some extra gold to Mirana. Works wonderfully for the guys at HappyFeet. 180 extra gold.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Kills out of that. That's fantastic. Yeah, they were just supports, but you stop the enemy team from, well, being effective for quite a while, because now they can't farm so safely. Your team barely had to sacrifice too many rotations, so just the supports really. Whereas the Ember came in just for a second for the Searing Chains, actually got some gold out of those kills, etc., etc. He almost took the tower down. HappyFeet is playing pretty well. It's playing pretty well, actually. And the Ember himself is actually Trial Boots. So he's going for Trial Boots build first, as opposed to the Veil of Discord first. He's farming really well, so it makes sense that he's just going to pick up the Trial Boots. He's one of the few heroes that can take huge advantage of early Trial Boots, much like the PL. I think he's trying to get the Aura to kill him, just to brag. Anyway, why this is so good is because... Why Trial Boots are so good at him is because he can easily, you know, split push lanes, engage on team fights, and defend towers. And all those three things he does pretty well. He's kind of a jack of all trades in that regard. So the boots have traveled with the reduced cooldown time, which is now even more relevant than before, as it's still 45 seconds as opposed to 80, which is your TP time. It means that you're much more mobile on the map, and it becomes a pretty useful item on him as well for the extra movement speed, but that's beyond the point. So you don't have to use your... So your remnants go quicker, and then you don't have to always split push and have a remnant behind you, because you can actually outrun the enemy sometimes. Anyway, Rappy, dead. Yeah, look at him. He's like, guys, Bliss, there's an Echo Slam coming. Oh, there was no Echo Slam. Fissure, yeah, he's gonna die anyway. Rappy tries to heal back up. Go shut. They forced him to safety, and 3% they can start healing back up. Rappy makes it out of there alive. No 5 heroes can kill this man, as they now find Logan, root him to the ground. He tries to TP, but they have enough damage to cancel it. Frost Blast to destroy him. And Ultimate Esports is looking like the ultimate loser today. No, that's so mean. It's looking like they're not doing too well today against HappyFeet. I mean, they just got crushed in that engagement. I really thought the Necrophos would die. Now Root finds the Outworld Devour with the Searing Chains. Torrent will also catch him. And goodbye to OD. The arrow will miss the Chikiro, but they're going to continue on fighting. Mingdian, there's the Remnant. Finds him with the Remnant, but doesn't have Searing Chains. It doesn't matter. The damage is enough. Ben-Hur actually deals a ridiculous amount of damage. It doesn't even have nails.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, what's that? Okay, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. That's pretty good for HappyFeet. 7k lead to them. Yeah, they're winning by a lot now.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Haste.
Now Konka. We'll find Yato here in the bottom lane. X marks the spot. Hello Yato. Let's join. Let's get you to the dead club. You know what makes you join the dead club? Yato? Yeah? Can you guess it? X marks the spot. We'll find him again. Brings them back. They're in chains. They're not. Oh, they're gonna commit it. Alright, there it is. Goodbye. Little aura shake. There's no way he can make it out of there alive. He doesn't even have the blink dagger. What I love about this though is they're canceling his blink dagger timing, which is pretty much the only team fight ability that ultimate has. That pit of malice is pretty good, but it's not good enough to really. It's okay, but it's not good enough to be your only team fight. Whereas you're fighting against a Kunkka, which is a great amount of team fight and a great amount of initiation as well, together with Lich as well. His team frost is very good at spreading out the enemy team. That's the best part about it. It's really hard for this team to actually spread out because you want to fight in chokehold places, and we'll talk about this in a second what that means. Okay, you want to fight in chokehold places because of how great spark rates are and fissure as well when you're fighting in very narrow places. But the Chain Frost completely punishes that style of play. Which is one of the reasons why Chain Frost is picked up so much. It's fantastic actually. And the Jakiro also likes chokehold places, so very narrow places, so his skills are very effective. Even the Underlord, because of his Pit of Malice and how it works, you kind of want to use it in a place where they have to walk around it many times. So you should be winning in terms of the zone out game. That Chain Frost does a complete opposite. Zone you out itself and force you into different positions of fighting. Let's see, can Ben-Hur get this kill? Starstorm? Oh, it will find Slark, that's it. That would have killed him, by the way. Not enough damage, but it was just a bit late.
Gold for my chest. It shakes. Yes.
The prize is mine.
Now Slark. Oh, there's the Frost Blast. Rappy. Will be precise. Okay, they have no follow-up. The Chain Frost getting a bit too late. There's the arrow. Actually clips him. Goodbye to the... Ooh, OD! Look at that. Ask for imprisonment. Underlord will not die just yet. In fact, saving with the Hood of Defiance, he's just gonna die to the aura from Rappy. HTZ came in for nothing as he falls down to the HF power here. HappyFeet.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And with this HappyFeet,
Radiant's top
take down a tower in the top lane. And Yash will join in, go against Yato. He does have the Searing Chains available.
Radiant's
No, he
top
just wasted
tower
them.
is
Veil
under
Discord
attack.
though. So he's gonna start burning slowly. Can you feel your skin burning? Okay. They're not gonna continue this. They want to take the top tower instead. Or at least put some pressure on the top towers. He's a regen rune takes. Oh, this is a good rune to have. Let me also heal up in terms of mana. And I mean, you're forcing Dark Lord right now to farming alone, and he's really under farmed. I mean, you're playing Arc Lord and you have your Midas minute 20. That's it. The typo really. Oh, some people really think, but it's still expected that you get a minus T finish timing, and he's not getting any of it. Okay, X-Focus spot misses 3 times. Really good usage of the. Okay, he does not know that there's a ward there. Yeah, never put ward and sentry. Terrible idea. Never do that. Don't. I know that ultimate.
Radiant's
That's
middle
what you
tower
better.
is under
You always
attack.
put sentry, and then if there's a ward there, you change it. Now they know there's a ward there. It's obvious to them. You couldn't have seen it otherwise. So now you get a free T ward, in addition to a sentry for absolutely nothing. Well, I mean, you lost an observer ward that was there before. It's just a net loss. That was a fantastic defensive force trap. I don't know who used it. Yeah, Necrophos. They find Slark. He's stunned. They hit him with a Chain Frost multiple times, and the Reaper's Scythe will actually stop him. Double Searing Chains. Finds 2. Both supports are dead. HappyFeet will continue with taking this towers. Vision, the enemy team gets even further to Spark Rate. Finds Ember Spray, take away his Flame Guard. Just all they can do really to defend this. That was not a good magnetic field. That's not what they wanted. Logan
Radiant's
was
top
rooted
tower
down.
is
They want to
under
at least
attack.
get this Arc Warden kill. I don't know if it actually expired or not. It doesn't show too clearly if they get 180 gold. I wish they did. Regardless, going to continue pushing. You have a double damage room. There's no reason not to, right?
Radiant's top
I mean,
tower is under attack.
yeah, look at Mirage as well. Just dragging up in Maelstrom. It's fast, it's quick. But they do have a lot of stuns and ways to defend this. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, we see Yash finding an HappyFeet. He does not have the triple remnant. In fact, Rappy actually is here as well. He was just in the Astral Imprisonment. Look how hard that OD hits. He's going to be perfectly fine, though, as the OD loses his life way too quickly. The damage, too big from Jules' Torrent from behind and ensuring that.
Never refuse gold.
Meanwhile, from Kunkka's side, an Aetherland's being built up. Not the most common item on a Kunkka, especially as first iron. Force Staff or Blink Dagger earlier. Love that Blink Dagger on a Kunkka. But if you're going to go for the Blink Dagger build eventually, especially with the Tranquil Boots early on, it makes sense. I don't think it's too greedy. I like the Aetherlands to increase to 1200 range on the X marks the spot. Pretty big deal. And now the Torrent has like an every ridiculous. So you can actually hit it much easier. In addition to the Ghost Ship, actually have a pretty low range for being Kunkka, so you can initiate further. In the same range on X mark the spot. So yeah, I like that build up on Kunkka, especially with the Blink Daggers. It also increases.
I was meant to have this.
It doesn't increase how much you slide, but it doesn't increase the rate at which you use it. It was reduced recently, the last patch. It's clearly important. Anyway, they're gonna find the Ember, but he has a remnant up, and he's able to make himself go away. However, Underlord might not be so lucky. He's gonna root it down. Look at that bit of malice. Ooh, he's been body blocked for too long. Slark, you can't let yourself be body blocked by that much. Reaper Sight to ensure they get that kill. He should have tried to go this way. I don't know if he actually could have survived anyway, but they find him with everything. Now Rappy, let's look at a pipe next. And they're gonna go. So the Ember finds the OD. Careful, Yaj. Slight Astral Imprisonment there. The Fissure, woo! Ember just last second. Fire Remnant gets him away. Well, Roshan will start to go down though by HappyFeet. That's been her gain the H's. The pipe coming out for Necrophos. That's good. Okay, that pipe is finally finished, which means he's going to be able to stop a lot of the damage that he's taking. A bit more than they would otherwise. Mjolnir coming out on Mirana. Then Jules tries to find the OD as the X marks the spot. They force them forward. Torrent, ooh. The Ruto does find him. The X marks the spot. The arrow will miss, but just bring him back. There it is. He's getting a couple more seconds. He's going to ask for himself, I believe. Yep, but he's going to still be brought back. Or he should be. Oh, no. Oh, the X does not because you're inside. Okay, never mind. Not like Glimpse. All right, root it up. Slark, careful. They bring him forward. Slark. Reaper Sight to finish him off. They just take his soul away. Ask for Imprisonment to stop some of the root damage. But the arrow will hit perfectly timed. The OD will go down. Yato might suffer the same fate. Searing Chains to root him down, and they don't even need extra damage. They will just do the job for him. Now it's time to take some towers. Time to take some tier 3s, which have been standing for far too long for Team Ultimate. Arc Warden, how are you going to help your team out? I mean, if you die against Yash, he was a bit hard. He comes back in. Logan, TP in time! But that last slash will ensure the kill against Arc Warden, as Jakiro himself also dies mysteriously in that mid lane. That's a tower, not to say multiple towers, for the guys at HappyFeet. We already have an Aegis. These racks to fall, and they don't push that quickly, but the leap is helping best they can. Extra attack speed again, very useful. Yato only single man smoke as they rotate to the top lane. He's expecting to get a beautiful Echo Slam. Don't know if that's possible. Oh, there's the Echo Slam onto 2. That's not bad. Fissure as well. Ice Path, good combination. They start hitting Jules with the Sandy's Eclipse. They almost destroy the Mirana. Jules does go down, but the bolt right second kills off this poor Earthshaker as in comes Yash. Finds the OD quickly. Wants to kill Logan before the reality of complete. It will not complete. Logan is left alone. Heartbroken, now soul broken as well. GG comes out. HappyFeet takes the first game 26 minutes in, and nobody is going to be able to stop this force of a reckoning as Team Ultimate falls in the first match of this best of 2.
Victory.
an okay game for Team Ultimate, but we already talked about how weak that LG map was. The arc order did not work for them at all, honestly, because they didn't play around.